Hello, guys. Today, this is Anna of Reinforcement Club, your fellow positive reinforcer. Today, we are going to talk about why boredom is good for you. You know, I actually brought this today because I felt bored. I was busy since yesterday till early morning and in the afternoon, and right now it's already almost 7 o'clock in the evening. The activity has already gone. I went to different places and learned something new, but this time, this is my content creation time, and then I realized that I got bored, which is a good thing because the good thing about the very first thing about boredom is that you don't feel like you're doing anything. You're totally vacant. Your time slot at the moment is obviously blank page when you get bored. Nothing is that nobody's being scheduled. You're not scheduling anything. It's a blank page at the moment. That's what you actually think. When you get bored, nothing. That's why you. As to me, by experience, I just scroll on the social media, and then watch something latest. In the Philippines, or look up to something fun in social media. And to some people, they play online games. To some people, which is not good. When they feel bored after working on the same goal for a long time and see no progress, and then they get into that boredom phase, they rethink about what's really going on. Are they making progress? And if they ever think that they're not making progress, when they get to the boredom phase, it makes them quit on their goals, quit on their dreams, because they think that they're not making progress. Well, what's really happening when you get bored is that if you only try to re-examine that opportunity, that when you are overly stimulated about your schedules, different things to do, you're going to see your mom, you're going to have a checkup, at this time, and when you're not doing anything, your mind is actually wandering, which can help you lead to creative ideas or breakthrough ideas for your projects. It could be for your goals. That is why, from my own experience, when I get bored, I go outside, have a walk, reconnect with the nature, and that actually helps me come up with ideas. Rethink about my current situation, realize my problems, re-examine myself. Have I done something wrong for this week? How can I make it right? How can I fix the things that I messed up? And that only happens when I get bored. I can come up with crazy ideas when I get bored. Another thing about being in that boredom phase is that it helps you solve your problems. Well, that also happens to me because unlike when I get constantly stimulated, when I don't think about my problems when I'm busy, when there's always something in my head. But when I got bored, what's going to happen? I think about my life's challenges. I think about my problems. Is there something new I could do about, so that I can get to my goals? Do I need to change my career from nursing to acting, if that actually suits me? Do I need to, am I still able to learn something new, like driving a manual car rather than an automatic? Because I actually did that today, and that was a quiet surprise, though. He was teaching me how to drive a manual, but I really didn't thought that I could get to have a chance at. We're just, me and my boyfriend was just bored, so we took the chance to do something new. For him, teaching me how to drive the manual. For myself, teaching myself how to operate a manual car, which is interesting. I never thought about it as interesting, but when I get to really be there and do the thing, I don't mind if I'm going to get another session. I mean, why not? I could get a new manual car, if I, along the way, I could master it. If I can get to have more session, you know, if he has more patience for me. So I actually did have fun. But upon coming home and then, you know, uh, yeah, I got bored again. There's on, nothing going on in my head in that particular time slot. And then I was just scrolling on social media again after our driving session, learning how to drive a manual session with my boyfriend. So I get to scroll on social media again, and then my body tells me that, hey, you got to do something else. You got to do your assignment, your content creation. You still have, something important thing to do. You got to do it. And if, I know in my heart that if I wouldn't do it, I mean, my body, my head wouldn't be happy about it. You know, making contents is my personal assignment, to share what I've learned in my life every day with you. So that's why I'm here now, and I'd like to share this moments with you that it doesn't mean that when you get bored, it's not, it's a bad thing. When you get bored, you use that opportunity to think great ideas, to learn something new, and become productive. You know, boredom also enhances your productivity in a way that it pushes you to take action, like finishing your task, what you said to yourself that you're going to do a day before, or like for me, I want to upload. I want to present at least 2 to 3 contents per week. And since I'm vacant and I get to the point that I felt bored, it's an opportunity for me to use that time and finish my assignment for you each week. So otherwise, I could have cleaned the house, cleaned my room, or wash my clothes, do something else. And, thinking about thinking and doing something else means you could have, you could start a new hobby or improve your skills. Could be content creation, improve your skills in writing if you are, if you're studying for an exam, improve your skills in speaking, anything that you're into in order for you to get to your goals in the long run. And another good thing about boredom is that it helps you discover yourself. It gives you a chance to explore something new, like new interests, reflect on your goals, and explore what really excites you. That's why I thought about. That's just hypothetical example that I actually thought about changing my career into acting, which I don't know. I just thought about that because I'm bored, and maybe there might be a follow-up question and I get bored again. But I just continue to that to that new interest, which is learning how to drive a manual car. More sessions, planning for more sessions, which is great. A new skill. And when you get bored, unlike when you're constantly stimulated, scrolling on social media, playing online games all day, and then your dishes are piling on the sink, your clothes are piling, you haven't done washing your clothes yet because you want to be productive in your online game, but in reality you still have loads of things to do, stacking up. And when you get bored, unless if you're willing enough to take action of that opportunity of getting bored, that actually helps you solve your problems and become productive. Solve your problems in a way that, when you feel like you're not doing anything at the moment, you have a blank calendar in that span of time, you're more likely to think about your life challenges, your problems in life, and come up with ideas, solutions, and how to solve them. In other words, when you get bored, it actually encourages you to solve your problems, solve your problems, your personal problems. And when you get to a solution, then there you go. When you do something, the next step, doing something, and then that leads you to getting productive. It doesn't mean that you have to change the world. Being productive means just, doing simple stuff like cleaning your room, cleaning your house, washing your dishes rather than scrolling on social media, because you get the stimulation there, or ironing your uniform, helping your mom going to the groceries and then carry the groceries back, then arrange them. That's actually something meaningful for today. And, you know, you didn't change the world, but it actually, those actions help you love and value yourself more, as well as your relationship with other people around. And in that way, when you use boredom wisely, it helps you avoid this so-called, or avoid it, even reduce mindless consumption. You know, if you're always entertained, you might not question how you spend your time. So boredom helps you rethink about excessive social media scrolling, too much playing online, that you forget about your main responsibilities, your major responsibilities. Your kids could be exercise, working out, other than playing online games. That working out, that has something to do for your health. Your health. It's a self-help, self-love. If you get bored playing on the online game all day. Although I've already mentioned great things about being bored, on the opposite side, some people, when they get bored, especially when they're working on their goals and they only do, could be insignificant amount of improvement. Insignificant because if you only count improvement today, it's not quite noticeable. But if you consistently do improvement over time and that it compounded, then that's a big change. But when you do like small changes, small improvement, and you don't value, you feel like, this doesn't mean a thing. To some people, when they get bored working on their dreams, it makes them rethink about quitting. And to some people, they want to escape those boredom moments by means of could be some substance abuse or reckless decisions, going outside, party, alcohol, or to some women, shopping, overspending. Because to some people, when they get to that boredom phase, they feel stuck. They feel anxious, unmotivated because, why am I still getting bored while I'm doing this? Although you got to get used to that boredom phase when you're working on your dreams, because that's how it is. To get to the end part of reaching it, you got used to get bored. But to some people, they cannot handle it, leading them to, lose engagement, lose interest on their goals. Could be lose interest on their, current partners, to the point that they might consider giving up. So, what I'm trying to say today is that use boredom wisely. The good thing about it is that it helps you get to be creative. It helps you grow. Grow in a way that you can manage, you're in the long game for that. Because if you get used to loving boredom where you're working on your goal and making even teeny tiny progress compounded over time, then that can help you grow and succeed towards chasing your dreams. But, on the other hand, if you mismanage your boredom moments, it can give you frustration, and, it can even lead you to go through that, run to bad habits just to escape those times, those boredom moments. In other words, when you get bored, do something meaningful rather than escape it. So I hope I shared something valuable today in this episode. If you ever love this content, you can share this to your family and friends. You can follow me in YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, even in X or Twitter. Reinforce Me Club. By the way, this is Ann, your fellow positive reinforcer. I do appreciate your time and have a lovely day ahead. Thank you.